It sort of sounds the same, and we're going to be describing why that sounds a little bit the same today.
Because it has the button things.
It does have the buttons. Those are called keys. Yes. Does anyone, can someone tell me what family the flute belongs to? Without looking at the poster. Yeah? Challenge yourself to not look at it. Okay. What's your name? Olivia, can you tell me why this is in the Woodman family? Let's listen to Olivia. Yeah, like we're going to be describing what, what's your name? Larkin. Larkin? We're going to be describing why that is. But the reason why this is in the Woodman family is because a long time ago, 300, 400 years ago, this used to be made of wood. So that's why it's called, this is in the Woodman family. Okay, now, I'm a brass person, so I brought all my brass instruments with me today. We're going to be describing and listening to all the brass instruments. So, this is the trumpet. Okay, so I'm sure y'all have heard the trumpet. And it sounds like this. Oh. It's definitely hard for me because I'm a low brass person. We'll get to the instruments I play, the low brass. So obviously, this is a brass instrument in the brass family because it's made of brass. And how brass instruments work is you make a really weird, funny sound with your lips, and it sounds like this. Yeah, it's kind of silly, but yeah, exactly. But when you do that into what we call a mouthpiece, it makes sound. Yeah, so we call that buzzing in the brass world. Does anyone have a comment about the trumpet? A question? Let's do questions first. One question, one comment. Yeah. What's your question? What's your name?
I have a comment.
Okay, yeah. We'll do comments later. Does anyone have a question? What's your name?
Trian.
Trian, sorry. Okay.
Why would I have a mouthpiece thing? You can like just blow into it.
That's a really interesting question. Did anyone hear? Everyone heard that, right?
Yes.
So Trina said, why do you need a mouthpiece when you can just buzz? Well, when you like just buzz by itself, it's really it's hard to control. I can't do and have like a really good control. It doesn't sound good. But when I buzz with the mouthpiece, it sounds a lot better. So I'm going to demonstrate why here.
Is that a French horn?
Yes. So.
Is it a French horn?
Yes. But we'll get to that. So whenever I don't have a mouthpiece, it sounds like this. It's hard to control. So the mouthpiece really makes a good place for my lips to make the buzz. Okay, comments about the trumpet.
So my dad's dad, he has a trumpet, and he also has this little mouthpiece. And yeah, he let me play the mouth. He just has a mouthpiece and a trumpet with a mouthpiece. So he gave the mouthpiece to me, and I just keep on. I was just playing it, and one time when I did it, I played a note.
Yeah, it's hard to play the note,
huh? And I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it's hard. It can be hard, and it can be
I wasn't even trying to.
Yeah.
I was just blowing and played a note.
Yeah, it's pretty groovy. Now we're gonna go on to the French horn. I'm sorry. We're gonna take comments later, okay? Question? I'll take it later. But we have to move through all these instruments, okay? This is a French horn, and this it's not as high as the trumpet. I'm going to be playing a little bit through, yeah? the French horn is a little bit funny in comparison to the other instruments because your sound's going back here. And I put my hand in the bell. Yeah, so it's a little bit different that way. Horn used to be used like to kind of like do a hunting call. It's also used a long time ago as a war horn. So when people go into battle, they played the horn. Yeah, and a long time ago it used to be made of, you know a ram has a horn?
Yeah.
They hollow it out and then they play the horn, literally. So that's where we get the name horn. Yeah. Okay, one question, one comment. You have a question or comments?
Question.
Question. Go ahead.
Why do you put your hand in the bell?
We put our hand in the bell because it sounds too brass, so it's too loud and it gives it a mellow sound. I'm gonna demonstrate. Yeah, it's a little bit loud and a little abrasive, and the hand being in the bell makes it more mellow. You guys see that? Hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, comment. What's your comment? What's your name? Hugo. Hugo, what's your comment?
My cousin plays.
Oh, that's so cool. I love playing the French horn. It's so much fun. Okay, we're gonna be going up into the trombone now. This is what I play. I'm a trombone player.
Yeah, you have to play.
I can't play when there's so much sound. So, a trombone sounds like this. So what's unique about the trombone is that you have a slide, and it's the only sliding instruments out of the brass, out of woodwinds. So you can make it sound like this. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. I mean, that's the reason I played this instrument, because I was like, whoa, that sounds so goofy. So, does anyone have a question about trombone? I'm doing questions right now. What's your question? What's your name?
Leo. So, why did you guys so it gets that low and high, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's a great, that's great. So, what's your name again? Leo. Leo asked, how do you get the high and low sounds? And the answer is a buzz again. Yeah, it's really funny. But whenever I do that on the instrument, it goes high and low. Yeah? Okay, now we have one comment. One comment. Go ahead, what's your comment? Sure. I'll take another question.
If you can make it high and low with your mouth, why do you have to have the slide?
Yeah,
That's very
that's
true.
What I was gonna ask.
So, sure, this is getting kind of like really complicated, but with just my mouth, I can just do this. And those few notes don't really make like songs, so I kind of have to put everything lower. So it kind of makes it lower because I can't make every sound with my buzz, unfortunately. Okay, cool. We have one more instrument to go through.
Tuba?
Tuba!
There's stickers on my trombone because I like stickers. Okay. This is what we call a baritone.
Is it heavy?
It's within the tuba family. Who said that it might be tuba? Somewhere over here. Yeah, you thought it was a tuba, and you're kind of accurate because it's within the tuba family. Imagine this, but 2 or 3 times bigger, and that's a tuba. So this is kind of like a little baby tuba.
And the tuba
I thought it was a tuba because
I'll show you.
on the brass family
We'll
on the
take
wall,
comments later.
there are 2 things.
If we don't take comments now, then we can do it later. Okay, So the baritone sounds like this. That's like a really nice mellow sound. This other button makes it go lower, but we'll talk about that another time because it gets really complicated with so many different like vowels and all that. One question, one comment. And your name is what?
Ella.
Ella. What's your question or comment?
How do those change package and logo?
Oh, cool. We're going to be talking about that today. So I'm glad you mentioned it. So, you see all these holes right here? Does anyone see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I push it down, the holes, they change. So if I'm having it open, it goes straight through. This goes straight through to here. And then when I activate this, it goes through these holes and then goes on. So so more tubing means a lower sound. One more question or comment. You in the avalanche? What's your name?
Jack.
Jack.
I love the tuba the best. Or the whatever that.
I love tuba too, and I have a tuba at home, but it was so big I could not put it in my car. So
Oh yeah, it's the ones that you like put around your body.
that is a tuba, yes. Okay, now we're gonna be kind of listening on how to describe instruments. So the sounds that you hear when you describe that, it's called timbre. And what's your name again? I'm sorry. Larkin. Larkin said earlier that these sound similar. I'm going to be playing two of the same notes.
That one
You
sounds
guys,
long.
you hear the same? It's the same note, right? You hear that it's and they sound similar, and it's called timbre. And we're going to be talking about timbre today. Timbre. It's spelled like timber. And timbre is how instruments sound. Yeah. What's timbre? Timbre? How instruments sound. Yes. And we're going to be describing specific timbres. So we have high and low pitch, and we talked about that before. Someone briefly tell me about high and low pitch. Go ahead.
High pitch sounds like a scream, and a low pitch sounds different than that.
Yes.
It
Sounds like a tuba.
Exactly.
Yeah, kind of like a flute and a tuba. And with most instruments, we'll get to strings another day. But the longer the horn, the lower it is. So that's why the flute is higher than the trombone. Let me just demonstrate. So that's really high because I'm using this much. But when you get a trombone, you're using this much. So it's a lot lower. Exactly. Yeah, so what the length of tubing in wind instruments is what makes it low and high pitch. So whenever you hear a high sounding instrument, is it going to be short or long? Longer instrument or shorter? It's going to be shorter, yes. Longer is lower, yeah? Okay, now let's talk about bright and dark. Yeah? Bright. Okay, yeah. So we're going to be talking about bright now, okay? We're going to be listening to bright sounds. You see how energetic and bright that sounds?
Yeah.
That's exactly right. It's kind of like that. You're like you're summoning the knights or something. It's really bright. It's really apparent. And then dark sounds are kind of more warm and mellow.
Interesting thing.
Do you hear the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could make that same note bright. You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, now we're going to talk about brassy versus reedy. So you just heard a really brassy sound. You could hear things vibrating in a certain way where you just know it's a brass instrument. Reedy instruments are what you can encounter with oboe, clarinet, and name another reed instrument. Go ahead, in the red is, what's your name? Anea.
A piccolo.
A piccolo doesn't necessarily use a reed. Imagine a saxophone. I guess I'll bring that in another time. But I'm going to be showing you what a reedy can sound like. Sounds kind of nasally. You guys hear that?
Yeah.
And then brassy sounds what I just described.
Sad.
Cool. Okay, now let's do a little review. What is timbre exactly? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Go ahead. What's the timbre? What's timbre?
It's the sound an instrument makes.
That's totally right. Okay. Can someone tell me if they hear a low-sounding instrument, is it shorter or longer? It's longer. Yeah. What about you? Okay, which one is lower, a flute or a tuba? Yes, it's lower because yes. Okay, now we're going to talk about reedy sounds. What's a reedy sound? A clarinet or a trumpet?
Clarinet.
A clarinet. Clarinet. That's right. Oh, because it's activated with a reed. Sounds like a reed. Cool. Okay, I want you guys to turn around and face this way. Okay, and don't be tempted to look back. Okay, and whenever I play something, you're gonna raise your hand. You're gonna say if it's high pitch, low pitch, bright, dark, brassy, or reedy. Okay? Yes. Okay. Be tempted not to look.
Be tempted not to look. What? Be tempted.
Don't look behind you.
It's just like don't press the red button.
Okay, I'll begin when it's quiet.
Oh yeah, I made that up in second grade.
Yeah.
Shh.
Don't press that red button.
Okay. What about? Ms. Gadbot, can you name a random person?
Yes, how about Noah?
It sounds reedy.
Sounds reedy. Let's hear that again. Does this sound? Let's see. Is that reedy? What do you think? Oh, don't be tempted to look back. Hey, what about in the pink?
Is it high pitch?
It's high pitched. Yes. Okay. Is it bright or dark? Someone raise their hand. Okay. What about you?
Right.
Bright. That's so true. Cool. Okay. Turn around. I'm gonna play another instrument.
Yes.
Wait. Sorry. Wait. Challenge yourself not to look back. Cool. Ms. Gadbot, can you name a person?
Let's see, how
High pitch or
about
low pitch?
Lucas, the one I'm looking at?
Hi.
High. That's totally true. Okay. Bright or dark? Raise your hand. Ms. Gadbot?
Connor.
Right.
Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Can someone name the instrument? Ms. Gadbot?
Michael.
Yes, that's so true. Okay, we're gonna do this one more time, okay? Challenge yourself not to look back.
I go to the bathroom.
Not to look back.
Not to look back.
Okay, not. I'm looking at the posters, seeing what I recognize.
Okay, is it a high pitch or a low pitch compared to the trumpet?
Olivia.
It's lower pitch. That's so correct. Okay, is it brighter or darker than the trumpets?
Daniel.
Darker.
Darker. So true. Is it brassy or is it reedy?
Let's see, Charlie.
Brassy. That's totally correct. Okay, someone name the instrument I played.
Let's see, Larkin.
French trombone or
French
horn.
horn. Yes, French horn. Cool. Awesome. It looks like we're a little bit out of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So students, why don't you turn face the other way?